Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. I will be your host, Thrones, bringing you another role-playing build known as the Pyandonean, the Tropical Elves, the Sea Elves, the Mahormer. Basically, Sea Elves, yeah, simple as that. It's a role-playing build, it's made for casual players, it's made for role-playing, it is not made for endgame, it's not made for PvP, it's not made for PVE, it's not made for dungeons, trials, anything difficult, it's made for pure fun. However, actually this build could be potentially strong enough to do some damage in dungeons, I guess. I don't care. Role-playing builds. For the build, we went with a High Elf. Reason we went with the High Elf is because you cannot play the Sea Elves in game, sadly. However, we can role-playing a Sea Elf. Damn, roleplayception. So yeah, you can also go with the Dark Elf Dunmerry. They actually have a really nice skin tone. If you can make them pale as hell, considering the Sea Elves are much more pale than this one. This one's too yellow. But yeah, for the stats I went with a stamina build actually. So yeah, since the last build was actually the storm cursed sailor went full magic, this one's gonna go full stamina, cause why not? For the Munda Stone, I forgot to put it on, but it's gonna be the Thief Stone. Simple as that. For our skills, yeah, we went with bound armaments on both bars, but we will not use bound armaments because we only have it for being slotted and giving us a little bit more stamina than usual. It's 8%, I mean that's not small amount, so yeah. We also have camouflaged hunter on our front bar and back bar for being slotted. So yeah, we're getting minor berserk when we're flanking, and we get weapon and spell critical rating. We also have critical surge for giving us this beautiful major brutality, and sorcerer increasing our weapon and spell damage, and also healing us for every time we're critical every 1 second. For the front bar, we're gonna go with rapid strikes and rending slashes because we want to slash people with our swords. And when push comes to shove, we're gonna use our back bar, which is basically a lightning staff. We're gonna use the blockade of storms, lightning flood, and we're gonna use hurricane because you know hurricanes. I mean, it can go with the lightning one as well, but it's a stamina build, so hurricane more appropriate for a storm, I guess. A combination of yeah. Yeah, for the ultimate I went with the Thunderous Rage and Rend, because we're gonna hack and slash people. Basically this is a combination between a pirate-ish and a Sea Elf, however really trying to lean towards the Sea Elf type of playstyle. Now the important part of the whole build, the most important part of the build, is the gear. So the first set we're gonna run is a pretty obvious one, and that would be Shoes of the Depths. It's dropped from the new trial, coral thingy, yeah. And when you deal damage with a light attack, you apply a Whirl of Depths at the target, dealing quote-unquote frost damage. When this effect ends, a 5-meter whirlpool created under the target for 6 seconds that deals more frost damage for 1 second. It's actually one of the quote-unquote meta sets, so this could actually be quite powerful, but the only reason why I'm using it is because it creates water under the target. The second set, however, I mean, it's a pretty obvious Sea Serpent, because sea and serpent and yeah, marmors, which are, yeah, sea. The third set is Ring of the Turning, or rather the Turning Tide. It is a heavy set, keep that in mind. I went with the jewelry, weapons and the chest piece for this one, so I only have one heavy piece, which is basically the chest piece. Everything else is light for some, even though I'm stamina. I need to enchant my armor into stamina. I forgot to mention that. You want to enchant it in stamina. Please, don't leave it as magicka if you're gonna go with the stamina build. Don't be dumb as me, because I forgot to enchant everything, basically. Yeah, I went with bloodthirsty traits on the jewelry. Even though the 2, 3 and 4 pieces give us health, stamina and more health, we're gonna get quite tanky. And when you block and you know, the enemy hits you, and then you bash, basically, it's gonna create a pour, you know, a flowing water in front of you, which is nice. We want water. And it also inflicts the enemy major vulnerabilities, so you deal more damage for 10%. Yeah. And for the one piece, I went with Stormfist, because, you know, Stormfist. Basically, the whirlpool. Yeah, there's the water coming from the enemy. Alright, there's the water. Come on, come on. There it is, the beautiful water. You're gonna see actually seals in the game use something like this, but smaller, and then there's a sea serpent. It's gonna jump out and hit the enemy and then die on the spot, which is dumb, but okay. So, yeah. As for the bashing part, yeah, let's get there after. For the skills we already mentioned. For the gear, do I have any alternatives? No. No, I do not. You can try out, I guess, the medium set of from the same trial, but no. That's it. These two are the only sets that have any type of water effect, which I know of. Which doesn't necessarily mean maybe there's another set that does that, but I don't know it. So, you know, please keep that in mind. Sea Serpent, I guess it's a mythic. If you don't have the mythic, you can just go, I don't know, some weapons, I guess, or I have no idea. Just play around. Pardon me. For the champion points, I didn't slot on anything again. So, damn it, I'm lazy today. Steve's Blessing, Liquid Efficiency, Rationer, and Gifted Rider. For the blue tree, Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Fighting Finesse, and Wrathful Strikes. For the red tree, Boundless Vitality, Fortified, Siphoning Spells, and Bloody Renewal. That's it. For the fashion, I went with Dread Sails. And before we cover that type of fashion, we need to discuss how to quote-unquote cosplay a Sea Elf. So to be clear, I am running the Sea Elf, or basically the Marmor's fish skin, but that's not as Sea Elfish as you want. You can technically roleplay as a character whose, you know, father was a sea elf and mother was a high elf, so that's why your skin isn't as pale. But if you really want to imitate it, there's a lot of people on Google, on YouTube, on Reddit that actually do a great and fantastic job at recreating sea elves. Please check them out. I have no idea what their names is at this point, but definitely check them out. You can always try with Arctic Rime skin as well, makes them much more pale. It could work, Yeah. For the tattoos, I'm going with the trial tattoos, the Storm Surge body markings. You can always try. You can also go with Serpent Scale, I guess, or Serpentine Interface, but that's not piratey, so we're gonna go with Sea Salt as well. Old Salt, I think it's called. Oh yeah, Old Salt. It has more skulls in it, and has Hermes more tentacles on the back and stuff. You can always go with Abyss, actually, which is Hermes more on the whole body. But yeah, it's entirely up to you. Storm Surge Face. Do I have any alternative skins? Yes, I do. Ever heard of Sea Slouts? Yes. Zamaja. Why not? Any other alternatives? Reed Dweller, if you got it from the Crown Store, this one could fit really nicely. Anything else? Nah. I guess that's it. I mean, if you have another skin that's really aquatic, just go for it, buddy. Like, yeah. For the motifs. I went Red Slaves, as I said, Red Sails, except the staff. I went definitely Pyandonean, because I like the snake, the sea serpent, basically. It's literally the name, Jesus. You can go with Pyandonean for the whole armor, if you like it more. I like the default colors of Red Sails, a little bit of green. Maybe I should go below to match the tattoos, I guess. Something... Nope. Nah, that's too purple. Shrike, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, too shiny. I'm just gonna stick with green so far. The other alternatives would be basically Pyandonean, definitely. Heavy, light, play around, whatever you want. Maybe you like this one to show off your tattoos a little bit more. The shoulders you can stick with Dread Sails because it's basically the serpents from Pyandonean and it's a combination of, yeah. Maybe light pieces, I guess. Any alternatives? Saber, I guess. There's still the Saber Kill, but this one's really not my cup of tea. Maybe the shoulders, sure, but... Yeah, the shoulders definitely are, but everything else is just... It's just Oh yeah, there's this one more motif I can recommend. Definitely is an alternative. Serbanic Marine. Yeah, definitely Serbanic Marine. One of the more pretty sets. It goes with the it has this coral theme. It's basically very shiny. Really well done. Not gonna lie, really well done. And all in all, they definitely do recommend them. If you like water and stuff. But yeah, I was gonna show you... Yeah, basically that's it for the build. Like, yeah, I'm trying to go as fast as I can at this point. I'm just gonna go to Vardenfell to try to show you the wave of water, the bashing that does, and basically you also get a serpent eye above the head once you get hit by the enemy, and your sea serpent necklace activates, which deals much more damage. So I think this build is actually quite viable. Huh. I think it's quite viable for solo content at least. You could technically solo a veteran Vateshran or veteran Maelstrom Arena or even non-DLC veteran dungeons. You can solo them with this build. DLC dungeons, on the other hand, I don't recommend running this. Unless the tank is not running anything that gives major ability, but you're not getting hit there because you're not a tank, so yeah, I guess. I don't know. Let's see, an enemy, something smaller. Here we go. Come on, hit me. There we go. There's the way of water. That's it. Yes, and we're running a whole heavy build just because... a heavy armor piece of armor just because of that little wave of water with more water and a serpent eye above the head. Commitment and sheer will. For a pet we're using a little adder. I think it's quite appropriate. For the mount, I think I'm using the coral one. Yeah. It technically fits. Doesn't have to be the case, but you know. There we go. Easy as that. And keep in mind, I did not enchant anything because I have the memory of a goldfish and focus capacity of a 9-year-old. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next build, whenever that is. Bye bye.